Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and welcome to This Week in WoW for the week of December 1st. Uh, what can I say other than what a crazy first week it's been of Shadowlands? Welcome to December, welcome to Shadowlands. It's actually been really, really good overall. At least that's the way most people feel. Maybe not everybody, but that's the way a lot of people feel. And I'm definitely one of them, and I am having really a lot of fun playing the game. If anything, there's not even enough to do, although more and more stuff is going to be unlocked. So we're going to spend a lot of time in this video just kind of talking about what's being unlocked this week, the things to do, the things that I did in week one, and everything like that. Mostly just talking about the expansion in itself, especially since the raids and stuff aren't unlocked yet. So this week is our last tune-up week before the raid. The raid comes out next week, and then Mythic comes out the week after that. So we'll have Mythic Pluses come out next week as well, but they'll be like low capped, so you can't get too high of gear. And then they'll be, to their normal level again when the Mythic Raid comes out to kind of sync up with that. So still no Mythic Pluses this week. So what we can do this week though is still farm regular Mythics. We can get more Soul Ash and craft our first legendary, perhaps, if you feel obliged to do so, or you already have the legendary pattern that you need and want, or you even have access to it, because some of them aren't even accessible yet. Some drop from the raid. My best one drops from the Great Vault, which is like your weekly chest, so I can't get mine yet. And so if you have yours already, you can definitely craft your first legendary again if you feel obliged to do so, starting today. You can also increase your renown and get more redeemed souls in your covenant. So that's the other thing that you do on a weekly basis. You'll be able to have access to getting a little bit more anima. Start plugging anima into your anima collector in your covenants as well. You're expanding on your mission boards and just kind of expanding on everything from week one. It's very similar to week one, but just a few little bit extra things. We'll probably have a different room of Torghast open, most likely, and so maybe you'll be able to experience that as we get our Soul Ash for said legendaries that I already mentioned. And yeah, so what did I do? So that's what we had to look forward to this week. It's mostly, again, kind of a repeat of week one. It's like week one, take two. Now you kind of hopefully know what to do. Maybe you can get it done even faster than what you did. Maybe you'll space it out more. Maybe you won't. That's all up to you. But week two is very similar to week one. Or maybe you took longer to level and you're just hitting 60, and week two will be like my week one. And, that's fine too. So that's what we have to look for in week two. Let's talk a little bit about week one, recap it a little bit. I really enjoyed the leveling. It was pretty smooth. I already did a video talking about the leveling process, so I won't go too far into it, but I had a lot of fun doing it. It seemed to be a hit overall. I know there's a couple servers that had issues. I feel for those people. My server had issues during BFA launch, so I totally get it for those specific people that are angry, but most people had a pretty good experience with that, so that I have to give that a win. And people are just enjoying this expansion so far. They're enjoying the zones. Yes, there has been some bugs and stuff since people have dinged max level, but overall it's been a pretty great experience. All kinds of cool mounts in the game I didn't even know about, and people are really going out of their way to get these. So you have the Arboreal Gulper mount. I have a video up on that already. If you want to get the frog mount you see everybody on. There's all kinds of other cool mounts too, but that I assume I eventually will have videos out on. But there's only so much time in the day for me to do that. So that was great. Professions were a little bit more lackluster than I thought. I mean, I just had a blacksmithing video come out because that's what my main is, a blacksmith. Professions were a little bit more lackluster than I would have hoped them to be, I suppose. So that was something that I learned in week one as well. Just the professions, a little bit to be desired. They are really easy to level up for whatever that's worth. All the experience is super easy. You can level up alts real quick. You can get them max profession really quick, again, because the professions are easy. They really kind of ease of access to a lot of things that players had complained about before. Trying not to force people to play as much, I guess, if they wanted to do everything. But people seem to be playing a lot anyways, even though they aren't forced to. So that's a really interesting thing that I'm noticing. Other than that, world quests were something that I had done a decent amount on beta. They are a little bit longer. People aren't really liking the world quests of this because a lot of people didn't like world quests anyways. But some people who didn't mind them don't like these new ones because they do take longer to do, and they're not necessarily more rewarding. So there's been some pushback on the world quest, which I totally get. I'm probably gonna stick to maybe only doing like the harder world quests for videos, I suppose, because of that. Because there aren't, I know myself personally, I don't even do very many of the world quests. I do what I have to do, or if something seems really easy to go get some quick anima, maybe I'd do that. But I don't feel super obliged to do a ton of them. Anima, again, that's something that we're gonna have to be farming, but not too much. So again, you don't have to feel obligated to play a ton to farm anima, because it's not like it's something that you. It's not like Azerite. It's directly affecting your player power, so that's good as well. Just overall, a great experience. We'll also be progressing our renown further, which means we'll be opening up more stuff on our soul binds and stuff like that. Progressing those, progressing the storyline forward, all that kind of cool stuff. I wish there was more to talk about, but this is, again, it's just kind of a repeat of week one. So, everything that you've heard about week one, everything you did week one, that's what you're kind of doing week two. Um, work on your gear, work on your covenant stuff, work on professions, work on getting your legendary, know what legendary to get and what legendary to use, all that kind of stuff. And just be prepared for the raid to come out and for Mythic Pluses to come out. And, if you don't do those things, that's fine too. The PvP season to start. But maybe you don't do any of those things, and that's fine. What you can do is you can work on the mounts, all kinds of mounts in this game, all kinds of achievements for this expansion, all kinds of really hidden kind of neat stuff that you can work on in your spare time. And there's tons of stuff to enjoy no matter what kind of player you are, really. So obviously, some of the stuff will run out, some of the fun mounts will run out. Eventually you'll have all the mounts and stuff like that, but there seems to be all kinds of stuff hidden in the game. So there's also some mounts that aren't even obtainable yet that you'll have to I know there's one in Bastion, for example, you can't really unlock until somebody you don't have to personally, but somebody has to progress the Curian Covenant far enough to be able to craft an item that you can buy in the auction house or use the one you craft to obtain one of the rare mounts. So there's all kinds of things regarding that in the game. But you can also find the stuff, and then you can look it up, even if you can't obtain it yet. And so all kinds of really neat stuff. I've definitely enjoyed this expansion so far. It's really early. It's been 1 week. So far, I'd give it a 9 or a 10 or whatever out of 10, and just say that I really enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to next week in the raid. Next week, that's probably what I'll talk about most, is the raid, getting ready for the raid, or if anything kind of big happened this week of this kind of, setup week again. People could finish leveling if they haven't finished leveling, all that kind of stuff. Just another nice setup, hopefully quiet week for people who, are trying to pace themselves a little bit before the end game stuff starts. So, as always, I do ask you to please subscribe to the channel because it helps me out so much. And other than that, everybody have a good one.